Hi, everybody. Good to see you again. This is Andrew Batchelor with Joplin Regional Artists Coalition. Tonight, it is my great pleasure to be with Koral Martin. She is such a tremendously talented photographer and just an all-around really great lady. We love her. Koral, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Andrew?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for agreeing to interview with us.
I appreciate it.
Koral just had a steak.
I did. Ate a quick dinner before this. Grilled steaks, our weekend tradition.
Yeah, and thank you for doing this on Memorial Weekend too. Yeah.
Not a problem.
Koral, you have been a valuable member of JRAC for how many years? Can you tell me?
I was part of the founding group that started JRAC, so I don't know how many years that's been. A lot of years, probably what, I don't know, 7 years maybe? I don't know. I was in the group get it all 501(c) and all that. So it's been a lot of years.
That's what I thought, and I think we're going on our 9th year.
Oh, has it been that many? Wow.
Yeah, and you've been vital in all of those 9 years. You really have, Koral, and I could try to thank you. I've tried before, but it just falls flat. But we appreciate everything you do for us every day. Thank you.
I'm glad to be involved in it. It's a great group.
Koral does our website, and she does a beautiful job. So all of you members who don't have your photos and your information on our website, you need to get that done. Right, Koral?
Absolutely. That's right.
Okay, Koral, let me ask you, give me a brief summary about yourself and maybe your space.
Okay. I've always been into photography. I did a lot as a kid, but really got away from it. And when digital photography started getting better in the early to mid 2000s, I started getting back into photography. I started getting really serious about it probably about 2012. I mean, I was doing it, but decided I wanted to bring it up to a professional level. I also opened an art gallery, so I was getting a little more serious. I've been open now 12 years. I'm in Carthage, Missouri, Coca Art Gallery. But as far as really learning my craft, it was a few years after that I started getting focused, started doing a lot more traveling, doing some big trips out west, and really getting serious about my photography.
So you feel like you've always been an artistic soul? I mean, you've always kind of had an interest, inclined towards it?
Absolutely. I didn't think I really had any artistic ability when I was younger. I used to draw and sketch and just wrote myself off, but I would always find something in the arts world to be involved in, from crafts to toll painting to I dabbled in all of it, made jewelry. But then when I really found my way into photography, I think I really found my calling. I do dabble with drawing and painting, but photography is where my real passion is. But I think it's always been calling my name.
I have to believe that when I see your work, there's so much depth and understanding of your medium that I have to believe that was your calling. And I did not know you painted and drew.
Yeah, I dabble in it. When I did it a lot when I was little, and like I said, didn't think I had any real ability. Then I opened an art gallery and started seeing artwork and thinking, maybe I can do that. And so I started playing with it some, and I actually used to get together with a group once a week and painted. The group sort of quit meeting, and I sort of got away from it, but I decided I really needed to focus on my photography. I needed to, if I was going to put time into something, that's what I wanted to be putting my time into. So that's what I've done.
Well, you put your heart and soul into it, and it's obvious anytime I see your work. Koral, let me ask you, can you show us something that maybe you've just been currently working on? Do you have anything available that you could?
Well, one of the newer things is I just recently, this past fall, did a trip to Utah, which was sort of a trip of a lifetime. I've been doing a lot of water drops and flowers just recently, and I don't know that I've got one handy on that, but I did pull out a few from this fall from where I went to Utah, and that was I did some intensive hiking. I spent 4 days with a tour guide, a photo tour guide, and then I spent 4 more days on my own. And we got to visit slot canyons, which were fascinating. This was one of the slot canyons we went to. This was Peekaboo Slot Canyon. This was in Escalante. And we got to hike down into it, and did actually some other slot canyons that even had waterfalls in them. And then did the Narrows at Zion. I don't know if you can tell. That was fascinating. I hiked in water for about 5 hours, and this was one of the shots with water drops. This is the type of thing I've been enjoying doing. So I enjoy landscapes. I enjoy macros. So I do a little bit all.
Koral.
Yes.
We went out there real quick. But
we did.
We did. Somebody's bandwidth was low. I don't know if it was yours or mine. But we're still recording, so I think we can get Shaden to edit that out.
Okay.
But it
looks fine on my side, so it might be you.
It could be. It could be. Koral, let me ask you something. Regarding this time of all of us being isolated at home, not being able to go out and be in public, keeping our distance, has that affected your work in any way?
Yeah, it actually has in a lot of ways. I mean, like the other artists, there aren't the shows and things that lined up, but I wanted to take advantage of this time and get out in nature when others weren't or couldn't get out in nature. So every day almost, I go out for at least a half hour, 45 minutes with my camera. I capture the nature around us, which I believe that nature is healing, calming. I think it can make a difference in our lives. So I have been getting out with my camera a lot more. I was closed down as a business for a couple of months, so I was still working, but it allowed me a little more flexibility. And I've been spending a lot more time sharing my photos. I put things on Facebook, Instagram, just to help make a difference in people's lives during these times. Yeah, it's harder to sell right now. I've been doing a lot of marketing and things, but I really wanted to be able to speak to those who are in need right now by my photography and by nature. So that's been a biggie for me.
Yes. Well, and the nature of your work is kind of social distancing anyway, because you're out in the wild.
It is.
It
is. I love being out by myself and just taking off and hiking. And if I want to spend 15 minutes photographing a water drop, I can do that. So yeah, it was a natural fit for me, and I'm fortunate in that.
Yes. Yes. So I didn't think it would have affected you too much.
No, I mean, obviously there's shows that aren't doing. I don't have a storefront. I didn't have my storefront open where people can come and buying, but I've been focusing a lot on the online, really working on marketing. I work with a company that's helped give us some real neat ideas. I'm getting ready to do a online gallery show where I will invite people to the gallery, and it's going to be all live, and wine and cheese, and you supply your own. And
oh wow, I did not know you were doing that. How would some of our members get involved in that? Or
I will announce it on Facebook on Monday. Exactly. I'm working on a couple of fine-tuning things, so I hadn't set a time and a date, but it's going to be this week. So I'll announce it, and I hope people will come on and see what I'm doing and maybe get an idea to do it themselves too. So I also did some videos of me out doing what I do. I did a time lapse one day last week and created a video of me out photographing and how I did it, and even taking it into the editing process in one of the videos. So trying to find creative ways to market and to not only just try to sell my work, but to let people see the work and make a difference. So trying to be creative.
Yes, as you always are. I think that's a phenomenal idea. I don't know how the virtual wine's going to work.
Yeah, well, I'll have mine, and you're going to have your own. But I saw that done, and I love the idea of it. And I'll present 6 or 7 pieces, and actually, I'm going to present some of the pieces from my Utah trip. It was such a life-changing trip for me, and I wanted to share how I got each photo and the journey involved in it. So it's going to be more than just showing you some pictures. It's going to be the story behind the pictures, which I know you're big about story behind your picture, your paintings.
Yes.
And there's things that go along with my photography. Everybody says, oh, you just go out and take pictures, but there's a lot more to it than that. So we'll see.
Well, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to maybe be a part of that.
Yeah, that would be great.
And yes, I always have wine in the house.
I do too.
I'm good. I'm good as far as the wine goes. Koral, I just want to ask you one last thing. We're going to try and keep this short. If you had a snippet of advice or words of inspiration for young and upcoming photographers or artists, what do you think would be that advice?
If you were to focus on photographers first, it's just getting out there and doing it. I read an article that said you should be out with your camera every single day and learning your craft, just like any other craft. You need to be out there. But then I think it's really important to get involved in groups like JRAC. There's photography groups. There's 4-state photography enthusiasts. See what others are doing, how they're taking it to the next level. Because anybody can go out and take lots of pictures. But what do you do then? Or, sit in their bedroom and paint paintings. But if you don't get it out there, but you want to sell it, you're never going to get it done. Getting your photos, paintings you mentioned up on JRAC's website. You can do so many little things, get involved in shows, even if they're just virtual shows these times. But if you get involved in groups and others who are doing it, then you can find out how to move to that next level. So I think getting involved and practicing your craft as often as you can.
I think you are dead on with that, Koral. And that's a question I ask all of our artists. And it always seems to center around just get in there and do the work every day, every day.
Absolutely.
Focus on your craft and get better and get better and get better. You fail, you have successes, but just do the work every day. I think that's a wonderful bit of advice. It seems to be universal.
I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Well, Koral, I will just say, I have had some moments at art openings with you where I have stood in front of your pieces and just been overwhelmed.
Oh, wow.
I've been touched.
Thank you.
I've been touched emotionally by them. I've been touched by the beautiful skill that you always bring to your work. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's something I'm very passionate about and feel like it can make a difference in people's lives. Just nature in itself, and to be able to capture that is an honor. So thank you.
Well, Koral, do you remember your piece, Middle Earth, at Art Central?
Oh, yes, I do.
I'll never forget it. It was the most beautiful thing. I just had such huge respect for that piece.
Well, thank you. That was one of the moments that I knew when I was capturing it, it was going to be something special. I knew it was speaking to me, and sometimes I know after the fact, I'll go back and look at it, but those really special pieces, at that moment that there's something special going on, and to be able to capture that is wonderful. And I'm glad that spoke to you that way, because I know it did to me.
Isn't that wonderful how
it is.
When you're in the work and you feel that, and then to show that work and it translates, I just think
absolutely.
Isn't that the greatest gift?
It really is.
Well, Koral, you are a gift to JRAC, and we can't thank you enough. And I'm going to let you go digest your steak.
Go drink that wine.
Yes, and maybe with a little wine. Koral, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you in person.
And I thank you, and I will let you know about my virtual art show.
Please do. Yes, we'll get that out to all the members.
Great. Thank you so much, Andrew, and you have a great evening.
Thank you, Coral. Take care, honey. Bye-bye.
You too. See you later.